Alright, I decided to do a quick video. So, I use this little tiny grill and burn firewood at night when I take the dogs out because it's cold as crap out here. So, after my fire is done, I have a lot of ashes in the grill. And instead of picking through, I could pick through the big pieces, but instead of picking through everything, getting the little tiny pieces out, what I do is we have this little footstool thing, and it's got this screen on it that's like a waterproof screen. So I dumped all the ashes on there. I take my glove, run through them. You don't have to do this because when you make charcoal or when you collect your charcoal, charcoal is good for filtering water. So in case of emergency, I always collect. I have basically a charcoal collection. And when you run water on it the first time, all of the ash will come off of it. So you don't really have to do this, but if you're storing it, it can get pretty messy if you collect charcoal that has ash on it. So to prevent that, I put it on this little screen and I just go like this, and all the ash falls down to the bottom, and I'm left with the pretty pieces of charcoal. And I do this because when you use the charcoal to filter water, you have bigger pieces and smaller pieces. The smaller your charcoal is, the better it'll filter. I mean, if you know about like fish carbon filters, they have really tiny pieces of charcoal in them, and they've crushed them down or whatever. So that I don't have to crush anything down, also keeping some big pieces in there just for a better filtration process, I make a collection. And look at these tiny little pieces. These are good. Then I get my little charcoal collection container, and I just throw it all in there. Then I have a bigger container that I put it in. This is just for like my day-to-day, and I'll store it in like a bigger container so that way I have this little pan that's free. And then I'll rinse off this screen with the hose to clean it back up, because we do use it to put our feet on and whatnot and other things. So hopefully this helps you. One day I'll make a video that shows you how to filter your own water, but charcoal is one of the parts of the layer of filter that you use. It's charcoal, sand, and stone, and we have like river rock stones. We have those, and we have sand. So this is the layer that really gets it purified. And also, if you were to, let's say, eat a random mushroom that was like poisonous, or some other herb that you mistook for something else, and you got poisoned and started to have an upset stomach or die, you could chew on this charcoal. You could grind it down, put it in some water, and just swallow it and fill your stomach up with charcoal, and you could prevent yourself from dying. You could also use it if you had a dog and said dog decided that it was the holidays and they were going to eat some chocolate. You could take a cap full of peroxide and make them drink the peroxide, so they puked up all the chocolate. They'd puke for about 15-20 minutes. Once they're done puking all the chocolate out, then you take the charcoal, crush it down into a powder. Well, you would want the powder to be already existing. But you would take your charcoal powder, mix it with a little bit of water, and then take a syringe and shoot that down into their into their mouth so that they could swallow it, and it would prevent them from puking and absorb the toxins from the chocolate so that the effect of the poison would leave their body, and then they would poop it out a couple days later. Their poop would be black, but they wouldn't be dead. We used to do that when I worked at an animal emergency hospital. When people, every holiday, it was us having dogs that ate chocolate on, it was usually the holidays like Halloween and Valentine's Day, where chocolate is in excess. We would have a lot of dogs come in that ate chocolate and got poisoned and almost died. And that's what we used to heal them. So we can use it, they can use it. It's an all natural way to not die and to make sure you have water in an emergency. Anyway, hope it helps. And hopefully you've added a new skill to your survival journey.